Hello, everyone. I will be your group leader. I'm Antoinette, and we can go around and do introductions. What's your name?
William.
Malaysia.
Terrell.
Hi, hi. So today we're going to start off, and our topic is about self-defense. Do anyone know what self-defense means?
Yes.
No.
Liam, what does self-defense? Do you know what it means?
No.
All right, Malaysia, what is self-defense?
When you try to defend yourself from someone else.
Defend yourself from someone
I
else.
don't know
What do you think that? Huh?
I don't know what defend means.
What's defend?
Defend means like block like that or
To protect yourself. So like that means if somebody,
Like,
let's see if Daddy or Terrell.
like,
Terrell, can you explain to Liam what defend means?
Basically like protecting yourself from something. So you block like a block or something like that.
To protect yourself. So like if someone is wanting to fight you, you defending yourself is what?
Protecting yourself.
like blocking yourself.
Right. Keeping them so somebody come at you and hit, you're blocking. So that's you blocking yourself, which is protecting yourself, defending yourself, right? Okay. So that's what it is. Now, what does self-defend mean to you? Does that mean that you are looking to take action? Does that mean you go tell a teacher if somebody tries to hit you? What does that mean? Like, do you, like, if somebody hit you, do you, listen, if somebody hit you, do you hit them back? Or do you tell the teacher? Or, like, what are ways that you could defend yourself?
Like, some way you can, like, tell the teacher, like, if it's hurting you really bad.
So, would you only tell the teacher? So, if somebody tap you,
I won't tell the teacher.
what would you do though?
I would just leave it alone.
So, if they keep going, what they keep doing it, what would you do?
Just tell them to stop.
So that's a form of self-defense. What about you?
Well, with the tapping one or just in general?
In general, what is your, like, does it depend on how?
Depends on how. Like if they just keep tapping me and then accident stop.
It depends on the action that's being.
Like if they keep on
you.
tapping.
What
me.
about you, Terrell? What does it depend on the action that's being brought to you on how you defend yourself?
Yeah. If they hit me, I'm taking them to jail.
He said if they hit him, he would take him to jail. That's because he's a law enforcement agent. You couldn't take nobody to jail. But they were like, what are you doing here? But so it depends on. So what if you what if somebody punched you in the face? What would you do?
I would just,
Look at me. What would you do?
hit them back and then just leave it alone. But if they keep doing it, I would just, like, tell the teacher. And then if they do it again, I'll just leave it alone.
So what about you? Someone punch you in the face.
Same with Liam, but like I wouldn't tell the teacher if they hit me back. One time I just hit them back, but then like if they hit me again, then I hit them back again.
Well, do you know that, according to your actions, that you could be just as much in trouble as they are? That's what even though you're defending yourself, but in the school perspective, you're still engaging in a fight. That's a fight then. So, which route would you rather take? Would you rather getting suspended from school for fighting to defend yourself, or would you rather And it's just like, even though Terrell is an adult, he could get hit really hard, and his anger could lead him to defend himself by hitting back. But there are consequences with his actions on hitting back as well. It depends on certain circumstances where he may be able to say self-defense and he get away with it, or he could just be likely to be able to get charges pressed against him as well and go to jail with the person that hit him.
Well, I'm not gonna just sit there and get hit and just worry about what the teachers are gonna say. So
what would you do?
hit them back. I wouldn't worry.
So you'll
about
take the chance and you just hit them back.
and get to
Is that how you feel, Liam?
Well, say what Micah said about like
You just hit them back?
I would just hit them back and just leave it alone.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, we kind of already talked about the level of people's action towards you and whether, you know, to determine how you would defend yourself. So what if somebody called you a name and walked and told everybody in school that, oh, this little boy, he got stinking breath, and everybody will laugh at you because you got stinking breath. Now, they didn't touch you, but they picking on you. So what would you do?
I would just
Malaysia, what would you do?
So I wouldn't call them a name back because it's like not really that important. Well,
Well, I mean, what's the difference? You'll hit back, but you won't call them a name back. Liam,
If
what
they
about
keep
you?
doing
If somebody call you a name, what would you do?
I would just
and it depends on what name it is.
do like same thing what Micah just said.
What'd she say? You wouldn't call them a name back?
Yeah, I would call.
Well, that's not what Malaysia said. Malaysia said
I
she wouldn't.
wouldn't call their name back, and
You wouldn't?
just
What would you do? Just tell the teacher? Would you tell the teacher if they said Liam got stinking breath?
no. If they say something like important than that,
Oh, like you ugly.
yeah, something like that.
Then if they say you ugly, then you go to tell the teacher.
Yes,
But not if they say he got stinking breath.
yeah, because that's not.
That wouldn't
like-
hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
But the other one would. If they told you were ugly, that would hurt your feelings.
well, yeah, kinda.
And it depends on what name it is.
Yeah,
So if they say,
like saying like, you stupid.
so
I would
so
ignore
if somebody called you stupid, you'll tell the teacher?
No.
I don't care.
So what if they
Well, yeah.
said, midget girl? Because you're
I
short.
laugh. Because
What if
Name-
they say,
name calling isn't really a big
well,
deal.
what would be like if they called you a bad name, like a female dog? A bee.
Then I'd start punching them.
So that will revolt to physical?
Yeah.
That's not good. Because there's better ways that you can resolve that. You can't mix verbal with physical, because then at the end of the day, you won't be considering defending yourself. You will be the physical abuser. When that person will look more innocent than you.
And it depends on if they kept calling me that.
Well, no. If it bothers you that bad, you should tell an adult, tell a teacher, tell your parents, that's what you do. So that way the parents will get involved and either talk to a teacher or their parents. But you don't do that. So, is there a name that you could be called that would take you out of character, Sarah?
No, words don't bother me. They tell me my breath's stinking. I say, leave me alone. I go Buy me some gum.
What
and
about the N word that?
Don't bother me. Get called N word all the time at work. Doesn't bother me at all. I just carry on with my job. Words don't bother me.
Okay. All right. So I had a section for what ifs, like what if this happened? What if somebody punched you and said you stupid, Liam? Both at the same time. Boom, you stupid. What would you do?
I would just,
Malaysia, don't speak for him. Don't speak for yourself.
I would just like punch them and just like say, I would just say like, I would just punch them and just say, leave me alone.
Okay. So you would do physical and verbal. And no telling the teacher. Bad.
Is that considered verbal
Later,
because he
if
did?
you're
Okay, that's not really
if
bad.
you're pushed into the locker and called a female dog, and everybody at your school laugh, what would you do?
Push him back into the locker and then punch him.
How?
So still double physical. He had a verbal and physical. You got double physical.
And then I can't.
What if the person's bigger than you, and you feel that your punch ain't gonna do anything? What would you do?
Then if I'm the smallest person on top of him, I'm like this as hard as I can. If it don't hurt, then it will.
Oh my goodness. Horrible answers. Terrell, what if you were attacked or ambushed by a white guy that just did not like African Americans, called you the N name, spit in your face, and called you the worst, or talked about your mother and all this and that? Like, that's what I feel like could be potentially worst case scenarios that could take anybody out of their normal character. So how would you behave if you're dealt with? Like, what would be your form of self-defense at that time?
I just walk away. I will go to the magistrate and press some charges and then have him arrested. I'm sent to jail. Easily done. Nothing
Alright.
physical
Okay.
on my side.
So do everyone know the consequences of physically defending themselves? Like, you do understand that if you take the action of physically, listen, if you take the action to physically defend yourself, do you understand the consequences? That you will be in trouble at school. You will get in trouble. Your teachers will call your parents and say that Liam has been in a fight today. And then you have to get the consequences from your parents. Do you understand that? Is that something that make you reconsider your actions or your words? If you know that if somebody hits you and you hit them back, you're going to be in trouble in school, and then the school is going to call your parents. How that make you feel? Scared?
Probably a little scared, but I really wouldn't want to do that.
You wouldn't want to do what?
I wouldn't want the teachers to call my parents.
But they will. That's the consequences. If you hit
them back.
If you hit somebody back that hit you, that is a form of self-defense, but it's also something that will get you in trouble in school. Are you okay with taking the action of physically hitting somebody and knowing that your teacher's going to call your parent and tell them that you got in trouble in school? Is that okay with you? You want your teachers to call your parents? Look at me.
No.
Hmm?
No. Because I want to stay there and learn.
So that means you have to find another alternative to defend yourself. And physically hitting someone is not the route that you should take, right? Unless you don't care to get in trouble by your parents. If you don't want to get in trouble by your parents and you don't want to get in trouble in school, then what's the lesson we should learn? Not to hit. Right. And the same goes for you. If you take the option to hit somebody back.
But most people grew up saying.
No, listen. If you take the option to retaliate and hit back, that is a form of fighting, and the school will contact your parents and let them know, inform them that you've been in trouble. You could be either in ISS or OSS, and you have to reap consequences at home. Is that something you willing to accept? The consequences at home.
It all depends on the situation.
So regardless, you saying it depends. If somebody push me and call me a B, I'll take the trouble at home. Okay. So that's the consequences that you know that you are willing to accept, right? Terrell, he would never accept consequences because he would never engage in physical contact regardless of the situation. And he still will have a form of self-defense because they're still teaching the bad person that you can't talk to me, you can't spit at me, you can't hit me because I'm reporting you to the magistrate. And that person will be able to have to go to jail for his actions. Terrell didn't do nothing physically to harm him back, but he was able to report him, which that person would still reap the consequences of his actions. Have y'all learned anything new today? Y'all learned? You get it? You get the difference with self-defense and all that?
Yep.
You have any questions? What's the question?
What? I didn't get the one when you said that, like, when somebody, like, punch me and stuff.
If somebody punches you and if you choose to punch them back, that's a fight. You punch me, I punch you, that's a fight. And then the teacher gonna take both of y'all and say, go to the principal's office. You're in trouble. I'm calling both of your parents. That is unacceptable. Then the teacher call your parents. Hello, Miss Birch. Your son was in a fight today. And then what's your parent gonna say? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, you in trouble, sir. Right? So that's the action. Now, if you say the person hit you, and then you going, ooh, I'm about to tell Miss Laskin. Miss Laskin, he hit me. Then Miss Laskin will say, you know what, little boy, go to the office. Guess who's not in trouble?
Me.
Did you go to the office? But your teacher will call me and say, Miss Birch, I just want to let you know, Liam was in a fight. Don't worry. He didn't hit. He's not in trouble. Little boy hit him. But I want to let you know that that's what happened just in case he comes home. You've seen the scratches, but this is what happened. But the little boy is suspended from school. We talked to his mom, and he knows that it's unacceptable. That's the kind of phone call that we'll get. But she will let us know you did really good. You came and told her, and she took action, and the little boy got in trouble, not you. Right? And that's what we're looking for. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Well, y'all have a good day. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
That's it, folks.